webinar. Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining us. We're getting started just in 1 or 2 more seconds as everyone kind of logs on. Happy to have you join us for our webinar on our front-end web development certificate program. Okay, now that everyone looks like they're all logged on, we'll move on and kind of just share with you a little bit about our program. I am Katie. I do want to introduce myself as your enrollment coach, and I'm here as a resource for you to share with you about our wonderful program, help you see how these courses might fit into your personal goals and your professional goals, as well as I'm here to help you enroll if you think the program might be the right fit for you. So on this slide is a copy of my contact information, my phone number, my email address, as well as a link to my Calendly, where you can make an appointment with me via Zoom or schedule a phone call. I also have John Dolan on this call, who is our program manager. John, would you like to say hi?
Thanks, Katie. Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining us today.
Nice. So our agenda for today, we're going to review the front-end development certificate as a whole. We're going to hear from our instructor, and we're going to share the course and the course schedule, as well as talk about how to enroll. And we're going to finish by taking any questions. So the certificate overview, of course, this is a full certificate. It's composed of about 2 10-week courses, so 20 weeks in total of learning as part of the certificate. You will receive, once you complete the course, 12 academic units. You'll also receive a certificate of completion from UC Davis, and you'll also receive a digital badge, 2 digital badges, 1 for each course, which is a great way to demonstrate on LinkedIn or other social medias your level of competency in the program. The first course that we'll offer is a basic front-end web development course where the goal is to build a functional website. The second course is an intermediate front-end web development course where your goal is to build a mobile app. So let's just say you're interested in building a mobile app and you maybe already have some basic front-end experience, or you feel like you've met the required skill set, you can just take the mobile app course the secondary course as long as you feel like you already meet the requirements of some basic front end skills. John can go over that in a little bit more detail, but essentially we mean you already know how to build a functional website and program in JavaScript. If so, you can just take the mobile app course, the intermediate course, but it's a great way to just take both of them, get all of the skills so you have a well-rounded knowledge of front end from our amazing instructor. And you'll also receive that certificate as well as the academic credit, which is nice. Some Outlook industry trends. Between January and December of 2022, there was actually over 17,000 unique job postings in California for entry-level roles, which required front-end web development skills, which involves JavaScript, CSS, HTML, and UX UI, which are all items that we cover in our course. And what's nice about this is that the median salary for these jobs was over $83,000, which is awesome. So it's a great skill to have, and we're excited to be able to offer this certificate. In the next slide, I have a video from one of our instructors. He's a fantastic resource, and he's going to talk a little bit about what you can expect from his course and a little bit about his classroom style. So I'll share that with you guys next. Just make sure the volume is working. Okay, just heard there's no volume. So sorry about that. Let me see what I can do to fix it. Okay, let's pause the video, and if I'm not able to get it working, I will definitely send it out, the link to you so that you can watch it. Let's talk a little bit about the classes. I'll have John share what you can expect in terms of content, and I will make sure I get the volume situated on my end while he does that. John, do you want to talk about that first class, the fundamentals?
Yeah, thanks, Katie. That was Bill Mead. He's one of our instructors for the program. Bill is probably one of the biggest names in front-end development in the Northern California area. He's been teaching front-end development and the UI UX portions of our course for close to 15 years now. He has a lot of industry contacts, and he keeps the course and the materials up to date. So let me go into a description of each of the courses. The first course is Fundamentals of Front-End Web Development. So this is a foundational course. We're going to teach you how to program in JavaScript and CSS and HTML, and those are the building blocks for how to build a functional website. So these are integrated programming languages, and we ask that you practice these all the time too. You'll be giving a lot of opportunity to work in a programming language. And these courses are self-study, so you will learn at your own pace, and then you'll come back and meet with the instructors in studio hours. And in the studio hours, you'll have an opportunity to be mentored by the instructors, go over any assignments that need attention, and look downstream to what you want to build in terms of a project that will end the first course, which is to build a functional website. And the coolest thing about building the functional website is that it's going to be your website. You're actually going to go onto the web. You'll have access to it through a vendor, and it'll be yours to keep. And the purpose of that is to have something to showcase to future employers, or just to show it off to your friends. So by the end of this course, again, you'll have a portfolio piece, and that portfolio piece will be an actual functional website. Let's get on to the second course. So the intermediate course then builds upon the skills that you learned in your basic course, and we'll be doing a deeper dive into CSS, JavaScript, and HTML, along with looking at what the UX and UI world is about. And part of being a front-end developer is understanding how to collaborate, knowing that someone else is going to be using your code at some point, being able to report out to people on your team. So we'll look at best practices for how to do that in today's environment. And you actually will be looking at the newest frameworks for showing your work. The goal of the second course is to build a mobile app, a functional mobile app. And I think we've all looked at apps enough to know what we like, the type of designs that we find intriguing, and the UX UI portion of the intermediate course helps you to develop those skills. And again, this is a course in 10 weeks, and the opportunity here is to practice your skills. You'll have many opportunities to learn the languages, especially in the advanced portion of the intermediate program. And once you're in once you become a technologist, which is what a front-end web developer is, you want to continue learning new skills. So just because you've got some basic and intermediate understanding of HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, you want to continue to hone those skills, because programming is like any other language, that if you don't use it, your skills will lessen over time. So again, these are 2 10-week courses. They run back to back. And in the intermediate front-end development course, as Katie said, if you think that you have the skills to build a functional website, you can talk with the instructor as to whether or not you can roll directly into the intermediate front-end world and work on a mobile app. So those are the overview of the two courses. And back to you, Katie.
Thanks, John. Next, we're going to go over the kind of logistics. So as John mentioned, most of this course is self-paced, but you will meet with your instructor on Wednesdays during studio hours from 5 to 6 p.m. So course is mostly asynchronous. You'll use Canvas to complete some activities, and then the synchronous activities will be the critiques and the discussions, which are there to help you communicate in real time. And anything that's synchronous will take place over Zoom. So you'll meet on Wednesdays from 5 to 6 p.m. Our course starts April 5th and goes through June 11th. And then the intermediate front end course also meets Wednesdays 5 to 6 from June 21st all the way through August 27th. That's just under 6 months, and you also receive 12 academic credits, which is fantastic if you'd like to ever apply those towards a graduate or a bachelor's degree.
Katie, we have a first question coming in. The question is, does the course include reviewing data analytics of your website? Do you also teach web accessibility in this course? So the data analytics, there will be some of that. And UX UI is a research tool, and you will have some analytics about which browser to use, what's the best design, what's the best way to make the website more dynamic. And then in terms of web accessibility, yeah, that's a key component. That's a learning outcome for the course, which is, what's the best way for us to access the website? What's the best browser to use? So that's a very, very good question. And Katie, we have a second question coming in, which is around the background of learners who take this course. Do they need to be computer scientists? I'll take this one. Bill Mead in his video looked at this, but essentially the question is no. This is what's called a soft onboarding, which is we intentionally are looking at learners who don't have a lot of technical skills. So if you're taking that basic course, we want you to have a modern computer. We want you to have access to good Wi-Fi. You should be able to type and probably access a browser. Other than that, we will teach you the remaining skills. So there are probably people out there who will be taking this class that are beyond those initial skills, and that's fine, because we'll have different practice sessions at different levels throughout both courses. But you certainly don't need to be a computer scientist, because what we're doing is giving you the skills that a front-end web developer needs to go out and get their first job. So so no computer science background needed to take this course. Okay, back to you, Katie.
Thanks, John. So let's talk about tuition. The tuition for each course is $1,995. When you take both courses, your total for the tuition is going to be $4,185. That would be if you enrolled in both classes separately, and then you paid your certificate fee in order to let us know you had completed both courses and you were ready to move on. That would be your total. There is an opportunity to save a pretty significant amount of money if you know that you're planning on taking both courses and you'd like to take them with the schedule that we just discussed from April to September. You can actually purchase both courses at the same time. There's a 10% savings there, which is about $400 off. And then we additionally waive the $125 certificate fee. So it's a total savings of $525, bringing your total down to $3,591. So it works out great if you already know you're going to take both courses. Better just to bundle them. In our situation, you pay for the courses upfront when you enroll in them, and then you get an email confirming everything. And by the time the class starts, the day of, you'll actually have access to the class and you'll get ready to go from there. There are no required textbooks for this program. All of the reading and all of the materials are posted in Canvas from the instructors. Let's talk a little bit about financing. We have two private student loan options that are available for these programs. This program doesn't qualify for FAFSA, but these two loans are credit-based. So we have Sallie Mae and we have College Avenue. We also are eligible for some job training funds here, which would be SETA, or if you're a part of AmeriCorps. And then you could also use your GI Bill for this program. If you have any questions about that, or you want to coordinate one of these funds or these loans with the tuition, we have a fantastic financial services representative, Suzette. I have put her email address on this slide, and you can also visit our Financing Your Education site as well and get an idea of what other options exist, maybe for this program, or if you're interested in anything else. So this is a great way to get started with the different ways that you can finance your education, but you can also just feel free to reach out to me if you're kind of unsure about what the next step should be, and I'm happy to help you coordinate that. That's all we have on our end. We've covered the different content that each class goes over, as well as the logistics and the financing and the tuition. I will make sure I send out that video of you to you from our instructor so that you can hear what he has to say. But before we leave, are there any questions that we can answer?
Katie, we do have one question coming in. What's the difference between a front-end developer and a full stack developer? That's a really, really good question. So if you look around at the business world and even the government work that that is so prevalent in the SAC area, any company, any restaurant that has a website is going to need a front-end developer, because you're that person that's going to keep things up to date. You're that person that's going to go in and fix the bugs. You're the person that's going to go up and make sure that that website is functional. So, any car dealership, high schools, anybody that has a web presence needs front-end developers. Now, a full stack developer goes in and does a bit more than a front-end developer. They're more advanced in their technical skills, which means that they can manipulate databases. They can use other languages like SQL to pull databases, and then they do the back-end material as well, which is making sure that the systems are talking to one another. With the front-end portion, you can become a full stack developer, but you will need definitely some additional training around that. But that's very, very good question.
John, there's one more for us. Does the course teach you how to input SEO?
Yeah, so it does to some degrees, but this is not a marketing course per se. You will be talking about that in the UI UX portion, but it's not a key learning objective. We have marketing analytics courses that really take on that learning objective.
Awesome.
Let me see if there's any more questions. 1 second, please.
Okay.
Nope, I think that's it.
Okay. Well, thank you everyone for joining us. Please do feel free to reach out if any questions come up afterwards. And it was a pleasure to take this time and share our program with you.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you. Bye.